Let's have a look at the portfolio section of your Stacklii website. If you want to add a portfolio, this is ideal for artists, photographers, graphic designers, UX designers, developers, anyone that needs to showcase some sort of a portfolio or their work that they are busy with. This is ideal for them. So first of all, let's jump into the portfolio itself. Now, if you don't have one, if you click on add new, it will show up here. This template already has one. It's labeled as my work. So let's head over to my work. Now, if we preview the portfolio, this is what it would look like on the live site. You've got different categories that you can filter by, which is quite nice. And then you can either view the image if it's let's say you're a photographer. You can either view the image or get information, which would then have a headline and a description. Some of them even have a link page, which means that this one has got a dedicated landing page specifically for that image, product, or design in your portfolio, and you can custom this page to fit that specific product. So how do we build this? In the portfolio list side of it, let's start with the settings. In the settings, if you adjust, let's adjust this column. Let's go with full width and, well, let's keep it boxed. That's fine. Let's hit save. If we go back to that preview page and refresh it, you see now that you've got 4 columns. So these settings determine the layout of your portfolio. So go and play around with this and see what works best for you. The next one is the header edit. So this design does not have a header. If you want to add in a header, it's the same as your normal builder, where you can add in specific blocks or any one of the widgets. You can add in a heading. These are my projects. I just want to do this as an example to quickly show you. If we hit save, we go back to that page and refresh, then you'll see that the header now popped up, and you can build this header however you choose. If you want to change it again, click on header and we can delete that again and hit save. That's it. Now if we refresh, you'll see it's gone. Easy as that. The next one is the edit the template page. This is where you add in or edit the specific pages that you want to use when you allocate a page, a product page for that specific item inside of your portfolio. And this you can adjust, again, add in text, copy, whatever you want to add in here. You can just adjust, adding the specific images that you want to add from the portfolio. Next, we can have a look at the categories. So your page, these categories at the top, it's these. So the filter on the back end works exactly the same. There are 2 ways to approach this. You can either adjust these. So if you go into some of the projects themselves or the items themselves, go into categories. If you just deselect all of them, those categories will start disappearing. Or if you want to start fresh, just delete all of these items and start from scratch. If you do want to start from scratch and add an item, click on add item. Select whether it is image, gallery, or a video that you can embed. If it is an image, click on the image, upload it as a normal image would into your file manager, load it in. Then you can hit categories. If you do have the categories that you want, select the ones that you want it to display for, or add one of your own. Add in a description, hit the plus. You can then add in a title for this, regardless of what format you choose. You can add your title, your own description. You can then select show title and description in the list. Show the images in a lightbox if someone clicks up on the image itself to open it up. Show the description in a pop-up, or add the dedicated page. So if you do add the dedicated page, you've got additional settings that show up that you can now adjust. You can add in the specific URL for this image or product and its own meta description for SEO. That's how easy it is to add a new item. If you do want to edit one of the items, you've got two options. So if we have a look at this one, we can edit the item, and this side we can edit the dedicated page, because this item, if we click on edit, it's got the dedicated page. We can go into the settings. There's the page URL. So here we can adjust the settings of the product itself. But if we want to adjust the page, the dedicated page, we click that edit dedicated page button, and here we go. So now we can adjust this page for this product. So now we've built the portfolio on the back end. How do we now get this to display on the page like this? So if you go to pages, your My Work or Portfolio, depending on how it's labeled, if you click on settings, it's got its own URL that you can adjust, similar to what the blog would be. You can adjust this and you can just load your website.com/portfolio and it will show up as this. But you also have additional widgets, which is great. So let's jump over into the home page. If we look at the preview of this website, let's go back to the home page. This is one of the views of the portfolio, and we can add this in different ways. So in the home page, the widget is already loaded. We can click the widget, edit the items, add or delete items as we want from the portfolio, and we can also adjust the styling. How does it look? Is it a grid? Is it a carousel? How many images do we see in the carousel? Padding, must it run automatically? So there are a bunch of different things that we can adjust. If you do not have the widget already in your site, you can just add in a new block. Let's add in an empty block. Click on your widgets and you just search for the portfolio right at the bottom. Drag in the portfolio to where you want it in your site. Select add items. Select the items that you want to showcase. Maybe we already have one on the page. So let's say that we want to maybe showcase just paint and typography, or paint and painting. Select that. So now you only have two items in this. Let's adjust the styling so that this makes sense. We've got two images and we can add in a little bit of padding. And you maybe want to do this because you want to showcase, I don't know, this is my painting creations or something like that. It's still the same portfolio as you created in the back end, but it's just slightly different. That's all it is. The same thing, slightly different. Now you can see the descriptions, the titles, where here you can't. And if you save this, let's preview this page. So on the page, there's the main portfolio that we saw earlier, and then the one that we just created. So if you've got multiple images, it will automatically scroll, and you can either open up those images to have a look at them, or you can go to the dedicated pages. This one has got an image and it's got some information. And that's it. That's how easy it is to use the portfolio side inside of Stacklii. So go ahead, create your own portfolio. If you do need any assistance, please feel free to reach out for any help.